It is my pleasure to introduce today's Department of Energy guest, Dr. Sarah Nelson. Dr. Sarah Nelson, a nuclear and radiochemist, serves as the Director of Strategic Integration for the National Nuclear Security Administration's Office of Research, Development, Test, and Evaluation, including academic programs. Sarah joined Defense Programs in mid-November 2015 as Deputy Director for what is now known as the Office of Experimental Sciences. Dr. Nelson earned her bachelor's degree in chemistry with distinction from the University of California, Santa Barbara. She earned her doctorate in chemistry from the University of California, Berkeley. Prior to joining NNSA, Dr. Nelson completed postdoctoral research as a Roger Batzel Fellow at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, and afterward as a staff scientist for Pacific Northwest National Laboratory on assignment to the Defense Threat Reduction Agency. Sarah has received numerous awards, including US DOE Secretary's Achievement Award, DTRA US Stratcom Center for Combating Weapons of Mass Destruction Director's Award for Public Service, Lawrence Livermore National Labs Excellence in Publication Award in Basic Science, and the Gordon Battelle Prize for Scientific Discovery. Like I mentioned at the top of my remarks, it takes a collaboration to be successful. Sarah has been a champion and amazing teammate for these fellowships, and I know the LRGF is dear to her heart. So now join me in welcoming Dr. Sarah Nelson.
Shelley, thank you for the kind introduction. LRGF really is near and dear to my heart. This is one of my favorite events of the entire year, and I'm really sorry that I can't meet all the new fellows in person and congratulate those who are finishing. So hopefully we will get our way safely and healthfully through this pandemic and be able to gather again on the other side in the future. So I wanted to give a few more thanks to the students for your hard work, your participation, and your selection of SSGF and LRGF as your fellowship, because I do know that some of you have had choices. So NNSA thanks you for being part of our stewardship family. Thank you to the mentors and professors who help see these efforts through and guide the students through their academic processes to success. The National Lab points of contact, because they are so integral in making sure that we are really able to communicate the mission and the value of your work to the stockpile enterprise. And Krell, definitely Shelley has been a great partner. Chris Moran has been a great partner through the years, as well as its steering committee. Shelley named quite a few in her introduction that are so vital to the success. And there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of evaluation, there's a lot behind the scenes to make one of these fellowship programs work. So thank you to Krell and everyone involved. Last but not least, I want to give a special congratulations to those of you who are finishing this year. Like I said, I wish I could be there to shake your hand and wish you well, but hopefully we'll meet again on the other side of the pandemic. So I won't go into too much depth on SSGF because Shelley did a great job highlighting the successes of that program, as well as and Jama Frazier yesterday in her welcome talk. But one thing I did really want to drive home is that SSGF, in its 15th anniversary, is such a healthy, respected, vital part of our program, and it produces some truly amazing students. As Shelley mentioned just prior, Rick Krause, Marina Robinson Snowden, Laura Burzek Hopkins. I've had the pleasure of meeting all of these people, and they're truly outstanding in their careers. So you are in great company, and LRGF is going to be right there with it, because we're just starting out with LRGF, or kind of getting underway. I guess we're rolling now with LRGF with its first graduates, but with the 60 now alumni of SSGF, so many have gone to labs, about a third have gone to our partner labs, so many more have gone to academia, about another third have gone to academia. And though we would love for everyone to go to a lab, we know that that's not the right choice for everyone. So if you gain an appreciation of a little bit of NNSA's mission and are able to carry that with you to your educational institutions, or those who you may work with in industry, to further the understanding, that's absolutely what we're looking for, and we thank you for that. So on to LRGF. So talking about being in the room where it happened, I won't torture you with any more singing, but I have the honor of being part of the team that started LRGF a few years back. So the way this happened was, I'll share with all of you what happened in that virtual room, as it were. SSGF was known and known to be very successful in its topical research areas. But there was a question, one of my colleagues, Kirk Keelholtz, those of you from headquarters of the labs may know him well. He's a good friend and colleague. He came up to me and he said, Sarah, we really need more people in the area of pulse power engineering, where we've got ECSE, the enhanced capabilities for subcritical experiments accelerator that we're building out at NNSA, and we've got a lot of efforts going on at Sandia and Livermore and Los Alamos, and we just don't have enough people to go around. What are you guys in academic programs doing to get us more people? And I went, well, nothing specifically. Wow, okay, there's a need there. There's a gap there that we should address. And we had a few conversations about it, but as you know, we've all got a million things to do and we get caught up in other things. And so he hit me up again in the hallway. He said, hey, Sarah, where's that fellowship program, or where's that workforce development program we had talked about? And I went, wow, okay, we really better get on this. So after many conversations with the academic programs team and Ralph Schneider, the LRGF was born, and we wanted to build off what we knew was a successful program in SSGF, but we wanted to do the appropriate tweaks to it that would attract a different type of person, somebody in a more narrowly defined skill set that we needed to fill instead of more broad technical areas. So one of the hallmarks of LRGF and how it differs from SSGF is that on an annual basis, these technical areas of recruitment are reevaluated and adjusted based on the applicants we're getting and the needs of the national security complex for defense programs. So that's one of the big differences. And the other part that's really different between SSGF and LRGF is in the name. It is that R in LRGF, the residency part. And that means that, that there is a longer time for the student to be in residence, if you will, in residence at a national lab doing research to really get them a good experience instead of a short practicum, a longer practicum. This idea was actually born out of a grad student friend I had way back in the day, far too many years ago, who was a student in nuclear engineering at UC Berkeley, but was doing all of her research out at Lawrence Livermore Lab for about 3 years. And she just embedded herself with the Livermore team and went back out to campus when she needed to for meetings. And it was a really, really beneficial arrangement. And I thought that worked so well. What if we could do that on a bigger scale? And I know not every place is geographically lends itself to having university right next to a national lab, but as appropriate, we encourage longer practicums. So that was basically the idea behind LRGF. And now, so those of you who know me well know that I have 2 small kids, a 7-year-old and a 4.5-year-old. Some of you may have even met them. And this is another moment for me to be a proud mom, if you will, because we've got the first 2 LRGF graduates. You are my proud academic children. Congratulations to the both of you. I couldn't be more happy to see this program doing so well, and all the best to you guys in your endeavors, and all the best to a bright future for both programs.